Hey guys, it's Gypsy Wolf. I hope everybody's doing great. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I am really excited about this video. I have noticed some very popular topics on TikTok and YouTube, and I found a way to kind of meld them with a witchy video. So, guys, again, if you are new to my channel, my name is Gypsy Wolf. And I have been a practicing witch for a little bit over 20 years. So if that's something you want to learn about or learn more about, I encourage you to set a spell, subscribe, and hit the bell. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here yet again. You guys are great. Okay, so what is today's video? The top 10 things I have to have as a witch. What I absolutely need in my arsenal if the world were ending and I went into a bomb shelter, what would be the 10 things I need to cast or just, feel witchy, so to speak. So I'm just going to dive right in. Now everybody's going to be different on this, but I think that these are pretty baseline, okay? And they're all cheap for the most part, okay? So the very first one really needs no introduction. Salt. What witch doesn't need salt? It's cleansing. It's protective. You can use sea salt, regular salt. It does not matter. We need salt, okay? Make sure you have plenty of this, and you can get it at the dollar store. Okay. I have my little box of things here, so I didn't forget anything. And the list. Yeah, that's how bad I am. Getting old. My memory's fading. The next one. Sugar. So this way, we have our salt where if I need to, do some not so nice magic and, push someone away from me, then I've also got my sugar if I want to bring someone towards me, to sweeten them towards me. So, for an example, a way you can use good old-fashioned sugar. Say you're at work and all you have are sugar packets, and your boss is kind of coming after you that day, or you did something wrong, and you're nervous that they're going to come after you. Take a piece of paper, write down your boss's name, any other information that you might have about your boss, okay, on that piece of paper. Sprinkle a little bit of sugar on it, because I'm sure you probably don't have a jar, or put their name in a cup. If you have like those coffee mugs at work that have the lids, put their name paper in that cup, pour some sugar over that name, speak your intentions, put the lid on it, and, put it somewhere out of sight, out of mind. And you've got yourself a spell. Really simple, right? Okay, the next one. Which one do I want to show you now? Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with bay leaves. The reason I like bay leaves so much is because how versatile they are, in the sense where, if you only have a couple of things to work with, bay leaves are known as the wishing leaf, so you can write pretty darn much any intention onto, or I'll open this up, onto a bay leaf and burn it, speaking your intention, throw the ashes to the wind, and boom, again, you have another spell. You can buy bay leaves at the dollar store. I normally do, or I'll buy them in bulk, but make sure that you take all the whole ones out for your spell casting. The ones that are chipped and kind of broken or messed up, just save those for cooking. Keep the whole ones for your spell work. That's what I do, and I put it in its own little jar. Alright, next up, I'm sure you guys are going to guess. Now, I'm almost embarrassed of how small this chunk is. I need a new one. Sage. We need to cleanse our space, right? So, that's just a staple to cleanse myself, cleanse my space. You could also use Palo Santo. I love that, but it's a lot harder to stay lit, and you have to keep lighting it. So sage is a little bit more friendly in that retrospect. So sage, we need it, right? Next, excuse me, you're going to need some type of, in my opinion, cleansing water, okay? So here I have holy water, I have Florida water, and I also do have full moon water. Or you could just do your own blessed water. Something to cleanse your crystals, put in your bath water if you're taking a spiritual bath, things like that. So You know, in my opinion, if I had to pick one of the three, I would probably go with Florida water because it's also really good at cleansing your chakras, things like that. I think it's just a little bit more versatile, but keep in mind it is an alcohol base. So, you know, depending on what you're putting it on. But I think having a cleansing water is super duper important. What do I have next, guys? What's next? I know, I'm such a dork, but I get so excited by this stuff. All right. You're gonna need some olive oil, guys. It doesn't need to be in one of these little bottles. I just prefer to put it in one. You don't need an expensive one in your spell casting. I normally go middle of the road if I can afford it, or you can just get some from the dollar store. That's all you can do. You know, olive oil is really good if you're making your own oils, if you need to dress a candle and make sure something sticks to it. You know, I also love using olive oil in all types of reconciliation magic. Think about it, the olive branch, right? So you're going to need some form of some form of oil. And I think that olive oil is probably the best bet. Now, if you're going to be using more of the oils on your skin, I'd probably go with grapeseed instead. In my opinion, it has a lot of similar effects in spellcasting and magic. And it has a very light fragrance if that's what you're looking for. But my go-to, olive oil. All right, what's next? Oh, here's probably my favorite, guys. I have to be honest, probably one of my favorite. Some type of thread, yarn, or twine. Make sure it is not a color other than white, black, or a natural color. And try to get like a natural form. So here's an example of how you could use this on the fly when you're out and about. And it's a reason you might want it on your person, in your car, whatever. So again, let's say you're at work and you have someone that's gossiping about you and you need to shut them up quick. Another one of our staples that we need, right, is our sea salt. So write their name down and any other similar, you know, information that pertains to them. On a piece of paper, you write that down, you take some of the salt, and you pour that on their name, stating your intentions, okay? You're going to fold that paper away from you, and you're going to start binding that paper with your yarn, string, thread, or whatever, saying, you know, you will stop talking shit on me, you will stop defaming my character, every time you try to speak poorly of me, you know, your mouth will burn, yada, yada, yada. So with a piece of paper, a little bit of string, and some salt, you have yourself a spell. You cannot beat that. Okay, the next one that I think I definitely could not live without, I'll just show you the one that I keep on my altar a lot of the time, a black candle. Now, I know a lot of people say that white candles are best in substitution of all other colors, but I like having a black one more than a white because for me, it's protective. It banishes negative energies. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick a black one because protection and banishing negativity is more important than any other type of spell I can think of. So this is the one that I use on my working altar, and I light pretty much anytime I'm doing any type of work because it deflects any negative energy. It has been charged and consecrated to absorb negativity and send it away, or send it back to where it came from. But just, you can use a chime, you can use a taper, a tea light, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you have a black candle and a white if you can. You know, having both is a good option. Okay, let's see what is in my bag of tricks next. Okay, we're almost done, guys. All right, the next one would be some form of a protective stone. So I love black tourmaline. I always have a piece on my working altar. So, and it's really cheap, guys, super cheap. Just don't get black tourmaline wet because it is very flaky and it's a softer stone. I also love, here we go, oh, how pretty. I have this black obsidian arrowhead and it came on this chain. So this would double up as a pendulum, guys. I do wear this or keep it in my pocket frequently. Can you hear my dog? My boyfriend must be home. Okay, so this would double up as a pendulum too if you have something like this. Or if you don't feel like the protective stone is the right thing for you, an intention stone. Here's the difference. These stones, such as the obsidian and the black hematite, they are specifically for protection. If you want to be able to have a stone that you can charge for anything, I would go with, let's see, a quartz crystal. I have several on my altar here. Or amethyst works well too. I have this little skull guy. But yes, I think a clear quartz would work best if you just want an intention crystal, so that way you have it in your car, in your purse, or whatever, and something comes up and you need to charge it for something, you have that. Selenite is also great. It's a self-cleansing stone. This wand was sent to me by a very, very dear friend. I also have several other pieces, but this stays on my altar because it's very special. So if you need to cleanse one of your stones, you can actually put it on your selenite. So it's really up to you what type of stone you want to keep on yourself for, your 10 witchy must-haves. Then last but not least, this one's getting a little old, is a feather. This is a hawk feather that I found that I absolutely love. We get pretty much every type of bird in our yard. We get hawks, crows, ravens, blue jays, cardinals, woodpeckers that are very loud. So I have quite a feather collection. The reason I'm including a feather is I like to have all 4 elements in my arsenal, so to speak. In case you're somewhere and you need to cast a quick circle, you want something to represent all 4, okay? So that's why a feather is great. You don't need a large one like this. It can just be a tiny little one that you found in your yard or on a nature walk, wherever. Another great way that this can be used is to inscribe a candle. Now just be careful when you do that. Don't push hard. These are gentle. But you can just kind of gently inscribe your candle with your feather. So, okay guys, I hope that was helpful. And I would love to hear what your 10 witchy must-haves are. If my dog would stop barking, that would be great. But you know what? One of my biggest witchy must-haves is the dog and the cat. So, yeah, I would love to hear below if you have any questions, if you want to share with me your 10 must-haves, things like that. And let me know if you want a more extensive list of other things that I feel like I absolutely need and are really imperative to cast multiple spells that I have noticed over the years are things that I really need to do all my spell works. Okay guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope it was fun. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. And as always, blessed be. I'm trying this new thing and it's not working.